We're in a jungle, guys. This is primal. This is getting back to our roots. See, I'm a natural being. I'm just part of this earth. Language is a tool. You don't really think about it, but language is a tool, and it's different languages, of course, all around the world. But without language, it'd be very hard to be as advanced as we are. I think language allows us to convey very complex thoughts, and allows us to clarify and build on these complex thoughts and ideas. But anyways, that's not what this video is about. This video is about fat consumption, and a lot of people they want to know about fat and how much fat is good, how much fat is bad, how much fat is too much fat. Are nuts and seeds okay? Is coconut meat okay? Are avocados okay? How much fat is in durian anyway? Didn't mean to rhyme, but that's pretty cool. Let's start from the end there. Durian, it ranges. Some durians very, very watery. I'd say it's about 10% fat. And then other durians just creamy as, maybe up to 45% fat. Generally mid-range, 25-30% fat. But these percentages, they really don't mean much, because in the long term, in the scheme of things, you're only gonna eat the durian if it's enjoyable. You're not gonna eat it because it's low water, or because it's low fat, or because it's high fat. You're just gonna eat it because it tastes good. So I wouldn't focus too much on the percentages of the fats and fruits. So people ask me how many calories I consume. I don't really know, because some coconuts are sweet, some are not. Some avocados are rich and creamy, some are not. Some coconut meat is very thin, some is a bit thicker. Some bananas are just super dense, and some are just fluffy, airy, flowery bananas that I don't eat too many of. Some dragon fruits, very sweet, some's not really ripe, so don't need as many of those. But it's so hard to calculate calories and percentages because of this reason. Everything's different. Everything is different. But anyways, durian, load up on it if you want. Go by feel. And nuts and seeds, I wouldn't recommend any nuts and seeds, except if you consider coconut a nut, you can eat lots and lots of coconuts. I would definitely suggest eating lots of coconuts in their young, tender form. You want it so it's very thin, almost thin enough so it can just, rub in right into your skin. But even if coconut meat can't really rub into your skin, it's coated in oils. It's very, very rich in oils. So even if when you bite into it, the medium thickness stuff, it's gonna get the oils are gonna get absorbed pretty nicely into your body, and then you just poop out the rest innocently. It's very soft. You rub it into your skin. Even if it doesn't rub into your skin, it doesn't hurt your skin. It's just very, very soft and smooth. It just slides right out of your body. So coconut meat, I love the stuff, eat lots of it. Durian, I eat lots of it when I can get it. And then nuts and seeds in their raw form, or even in their sprouted form, don't eat many of them at all, like ever. I used to eat them, but not anymore. There's no point. There's really no point. The best form to consume them in, though, if I were to consume them, would be in their milk form. How to make milk. You take a blender, you take the nuts, you put them in, you add some water. The more water you add, the more watery the milk is going to be. So let's say you add a cup of seeds, you add 3 cups of water, blend it up, pour it through a nut milk bag, and squeeze the nut milk bag so you have a bowl on the bottom, and this bowl gets full of this milk. Thick, creamy, delicious milk. That's the best form to consume it in. Why? Because it gets absorbed into your skin, and therefore we know it gets absorbed into your intestines, and your body can use it without causing any painful poops. We want to avoid the painful poops, and we want to avoid the stodginess of that hard to break down fiber. So nuts and seeds, if you put a bunch of pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds in your hand in their raw form, okay, and try and rub it into your skin, it's gonna leave maybe some cuts and scratches, and it won't be feeling very good. And your intestines are way more delicate than your skin. Your intestines are so delicate, so you don't want to put that stuff in there, potentially scratch your intestines. That's why the milk form is much better. So nuts and seeds, they don't even taste great anyway. They taste all right, but it's not about that. It's just they don't really absorb well. And not necessary. You don't need nuts and seeds. Cashews are the worst though. Stay away from cashews at all costs. Google cashew toxicity raw form. It's not a human food at all. It's the one nut I will never ever touch ever again. Cashews, no thanks. And then avocados. Avocados are great, guys. Avocados are amazing. I used to eat maybe 4, 5, 6 a day when I was in California, maybe 3, 4 a day in Canada. No problems with them. Maybe they'll make me gain like a pound or 2, but I'm doing so much exercise that it's really hard to gain weight, even on avocados. But you gotta go by feel. You have to go by feel, but don't fear the fat. Don't think too much about it, just go by feel. Eat the avocados if you feel good, keep eating them. If you don't feel good, stop eating them. Everybody's different. There's no cookie cutting solution here saying 5% fat for you, 10% fat for you, 15% fat for you, half an avocado for you. You can have a full one. You're pretty big, you can have a full one and a half. It's just way too complex. Everybody's different. Different times a year requires different amounts of fats. So I go months without any fat, and I go months with lots of fat. We go through these waves, we go through these cycles. Okay, and that's just on a yearly basis. Imagine a lifetime basis. There might be a time in your life where you're eating heaps of fat. You know, for 4 or 5 years, you're eating 20% fat. Then for the next 20 years, you drop down to 5, 10% fat. And you're like, oh, I feel way better 10 to 5% fat. But before here, 20% fat, you felt great as well. So allow yourself to go through these waves. Allow yourself to have higher fat and lower fat days, higher fat, lower fat months, higher fat, lower fat years. It's all good in the hood, man. It's just fat. You can't even really see. You can't see fat really. You just so it doesn't even really exist in that sense. But you let it go by feel. Eat by feel. Best sources of fat. 3 best sources of fat in my personal opinion. It's durian, avocado, and coconut meat. 3 fantastic sources of fat. People say dragon fruit has fat in it. Well, the seeds, sure, they might have some fat in it, but you don't chew the seeds. People say kiwis have fat in it. Yeah, they got these little seeds, and if you eat the seeds, you get some fat. But you don't eat the seeds, you just swallow them. They go through your hole, pass right through you. There's lots of fruits with seeds, you don't eat the seeds. But if you did eat the seeds, you'd be getting some fat. It's like cacao. Cacao is a perfect example. Chocolate fruit. You know, it grows right from a tree. You pick it, you eat the white flesh off. It's really yummy. And then there's left the seed. If you eat the seed, you're getting a lot of fat. If you don't eat the seed, like most people would never eat the seed because it's this big hunkin' seed. You probably wouldn't eat it in nature. Maybe you would. I didn't. Not too much anyway. Maybe a couple in Hawaii. You throw them out, you plant a new tree. It's the way nature goes. But if you did eat the seed, you'd be getting some fat. So is chocolate fatty? Well, if you eat the seed, but if you eat the flesh, then no, it's just high carb. So that's it. And then the fats to avoid. You want to, of course, avoid any deep fried fat, any cooked fat. The best fat to cook with, if you are going to cook raw till 4, if you're going to get someone to cook for you, whatever, use coconut oil. Coconut oil is the best. But then just try to avoid fat altogether in oil form. If you're going to cook on a pan, just add some water. You don't need to add oil. But anyways, I wouldn't worry too much about the fat. If you're consuming it from fruit sources, you know, nature knows what's up. Eat from the vine, feel the vine. It's all good. Live in line with nature's design. Peace, guys.